Second call for class number 2 of our AOB heifers. Second call for class number 2 of our AOB heifers.
Well, guys, a nice way to start off our female show here. Very, very close pair. I mean, it's very close. The young lady's red heifer I chose to start off with. I like the angularity through her front 1/3 better than the heifer. Then in second, she's a big body, capacious female that has some chest width and with the base. She has some bone and some foot underneath her. She's long from her hooks to her pins, very long spine female. If I was going to change her ever so slightly, I'd like to tidy her up there right behind her shoulder blades, and she's just so gentle. I'd like to see her just get out and really go. The heifer that's in second, love her on the top side of her skeletal design compared to the heifer that's in front of us. But for me, I'd like to make her a little bit longer at the top side of her neck, maybe make her face just a little bit longer compared to the one, give her just a little more added feminine look. But boy, you have got to appreciate the broodiness, the cow power, the width of base that this female has, just like to refine her through that front 1/3 just a little bit. Awesome pair of females start off our junior show.
Results from class number 1 in our AOB heifers. In first place is entry number 36, BF PCC Dayon 411J, exhibited by Tegan DePorter from Briggsdale. Second in class was entry number 118, Schilling Join the Party, exhibited by Tyler Thomas from Sterling. Entering the ring now is class number 2 in our AOB heifer show. These are our spring yearling heifers, calved from March to April of 2021. This will also serve as our first call for class number 3 in our AOB heifers. First call for class number 3 in our AOB heifers. This would be second call for class number 3 in our AOB heifers, junior yearling heifers. Second call for class number 3 in our AOB heifers.
Another nice class of females here, really close on our top end. The red heifer that wins, she's just simply sounder out of her shoulder, and the way that lays into her and the way she gets out and goes. Very feminine, very long-bodied, very capacious kind of a female. Does need some more natural width and dimension throughout her skeletal design for me. The heifer that comes in second is one that's very captivating from the side. You like the power that she has, you like her hip, you like the width that she has, you like her width of chest over the one that's ahead of her. But this heifer's just really giving this lady fit. She wants to get a little steep and straight out of her shoulder, like to relax her off those front two to get out and go real hard to get a good read on that female. The female that comes next is one that comes next, one that's a good bodied female. She's sounder off her front two than the one that comes in that rounds out the class. But I would like to see this heifer just softer in her hock design, maybe tone her down in the point of her shoulder there and just refine her up. The heifer that rounds out the class, if you want power, this female's for you. Boy, she's so stout and so big barreled and so capacious. I love this female on the standstill. It's when we set her into motion. I'd like to relax her there into her knee. I'd like to just see her just walk softer and truer off those hind two. Wants to get a little outside of her skeletal design when you view her from behind. Excellent class of females.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of class number 2 and our AOB heifers. Your class winner, pack tag 1214 ATT Cherry, exhibited by Tatum DePorter of Briggsdale. Second in class, Hollywood, exhibited by Riley Joseph of Berthoud. Third in class, Rockstar Jessie 9J, exhibited by Jordan Lott of Bayfield. And fourth in class, 1172 LR Lady 144, exhibited by Jackson Walker of Greeley. Entering the ring now is our junior yearling heifers in our AOB division. We have from January to February of 2021. Following the conclusion of this class, we will select for a champion and reserve AOB heifer. At this time, we'd like to introduce our judge for this afternoon. Mr. Matt Copeland comes to us from Amistad, New Mexico, where he is the owner and operator of Copeland Herefords and Copeland Show Cattle. He and his family run 700 cows, and they have sold and exhibited numerous state and national champions. Mr. Copeland has judged all across the country, including the National Western, Louisville, American Royal, the Cattlemen's Congress, and the Fort Worth Stock Show. We're excited to have Mr. Copeland here with us today, evaluating our junior breeding heifer show. This will serve as our first call for our junior shorthorn heifers. This will serve as our first call for our shorthorn heifers.
just stay there and I'll talk you out the ring. Well, a really nice way to start off this class. One that's ready, and she's wolfy. Really like the width and dimension that this female has. I love her chest width. I love how she ties into that lower 1/3 of her body cavity and carries that advantage down low. And yet you get on there on the profile. Like the way that her neck comes out of the top side of that shoulder. Very fresh in terms of her condition. Very stout and powerful. An Indian that you want to view her. Looks like it's going to have a nice udder underneath her when you get her in production. If I'm going to pick one that I think is awfully unique and special, maybe like to tidy that hock up just a little bit when you view her from behind, make her a little bit more angular to the way that her body shape is. But a nice female, great way to start this class. Young lady's heifer that comes in second. Lots of power in this female. She's bold and she's sprung and broody in her type and kind. Just needs to be more elegant made through her front 1/3 to run with the thoroughbred that's ahead of her. Heifer that rounds out the class. Very good, practical kind of a female. Great cow. Just needs more show ring pizzazz, and I'd like to maybe tidy her up in terms of her condition, make her leaner through her chest and lean her back there through her pones, pushing a little too much extra grease for me today. Nice class of females. Congratulations, young people.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of Class 3 in our AOB Heifer Show. Entry 1066, Boy Gemma 100I, exhibited by Cash Pratt of Pueblo, is your class winner. Second in class, 1073, Raj Jalissa J151, exhibited by Clara Reynolds of Sanford. And third in class, Ram Jet Setter 11J, exhibited by Trotter Thomas of Sterling. In the ring at this time is our selection for our grand champion AOB heifer. From class 1, we have PF BCC Dayon 411J, a May 2nd heifer exhibited by Tegan DePorter. Out of class number 2, we have ATT Cherry, a March 8th female exhibited by Tatum DePorter. And out of class number 3, we have Boy Gemma 100I, exhibited by, January 1st female, exhibited by Cash Pratt of Pueblo.
Very nice lineup of females out here for this first division of the day. Let's give all exhibitors a nice round of applause. We've already talked these females in the respective classes. I think there's 2 out here that are exceptional, and the one that's in third, I think she's an awfully nice female. I'll show you the 2 that I like the best.
Congratulations to our champion AOB heifer, BOI Gemma 100I, exhibited by Cash Pratt of Pueblo. That brings into consideration Raj Jalissa J151, exhibited by Clara Reynolds of Sanford. Let me look. And your reserve champion AOB heifer is BF PCC Dayon 411J, exhibited by Tegan DePorter of Briggsdale. Okay, entering the ring now. Entering the ring now will be a single entry representing our Shorthorn show. These are senior heifer calves, calved between September and December of 2021. Again, a single entry representing our purebred Shorthorn show.
Well, a nice single entry here to start off our Shorthorn show. A very nice, youthful female that's very fresh in terms of her condition. She's very sound, very mobile. She has some rib and some volume to her. She has some stoutness to her. Heifer that sure could have stood a little bit more competition. We'll reevaluate her when we bring her out here for the division. Congratulations.
Your champion Shorthorn heifer is entry 1166 BSS Eclipse 10221, exhibited by Cameron France of Rocky Ford. She is also our champion Shorthorn. Entering the ring at this time will be a single entry representing our junior Shorthorn Plus heifer show. She is a junior yearling, calved between January and February of 2021. A single entry female in our junior Shorthorn Plus show. Quick reminder to all of our junior market goat exhibitors, if you qualified for the junior market sale, we have a 5 p.m. meeting at the west end of the livestock pavilion for all of our sale qualifying market goat exhibitors.
Another nice single entry here in our Shorthorn Plus show. She'll be your automatic champion. A very sound female that has a nice look. She has some cow power to her. She has some width and dimension, has a nice look. Very, very highly competitive female. Could have stood some more competition. Congratulations, young lady. We'll see you in the grand drive.
This will be our second call for class number 1. First class is Simmental heifers. Second call for class number 1. That's on me. I didn't make a call right. This is also our first call of class number 2 in our junior Simmental heifer show. First call on a class number 2 junior Simmental heifer show. Final call for class number 1 of our Simmental heifers. Also second call for class number 2 of our Simmental heifers. If we could have our Simmental exhibitors make their way to the show ring. This will also serve as the first call for the class number 1 Sim influenced heifers. First call for class number 1 of our Simmental influenced heifers. we've been receiving some questions about when the final drive will be. The final and supreme drive of our breeding heifer show will begin 30 minutes following the last class of heifers on the day. Our grand drive will be 30 minutes following our last class of heifers. Final call for class 2 of our Simmental heifers. Final call for class 2 of our Simmental heifers. Okay, entering the ring at this time will be class number 1 of our Simmental heifer show. These are spring yearling heifers calved between March and April of 2021. Class number 1 of our junior Simmental heifers calved between March and April of 2021. This would be a second call for class number 1 of our Simmental influenced heifers. We had a final call of class number 2 for our juniors and a second call for class number 1 of our Sim influenced heifers.
Really nice way to start off our Simmental show. Got a very elegant female here. Love her in terms of her condition for this stage of the year. Very fresh, very long and elegant through that front 1/3. Love the way that her neck comes out of the top side of her shoulder. Gorgeous headed and jawed. Very, very smooth out of her top line. Like the way that her tail head lays into her spine. She has enough power for me. Like the way that she bounces up from her chest floor to her udder. I think when this female gets into production, she's going to have a gorgeous udder. I think this one's very unique, but if I'm going to pick on her just a nickel, I'd like to soften those rear 2 pasterns. Heifer that comes next is softer in her rear 2 pasterns as she gets out and goes. I'll give that to you. And she probably has a little more power down low than the heifer that's in front. But for me, she wants to get just a little bit street and straight in her shoulder. I'd like to see that front end take a longer, more athletic stride and maybe just change the angle of that shoulder. 2 highly, highly competitive females. Great job and congratulations to you young people.
Congratulations to exhibitors out of class number 1 of our Simmental show. First place, 1209, Keller HLL, Rain Marie, J33, exhibited by Easton Hill of Nunn. Second in that class was Helm Farms Lil Mary, 244J, exhibited by Lear Hansen of Burlington. Entering the ring now is class number 2. Our junior Simmental show. These are junior yearling heifers calved between January and February of 2021. Following the conclusion of this class, we will select our champion Simmental heifer. Again, entering the ring at this time is our second class, the Simmental heifers. These are our purebreds, junior yearling heifers, calved between January and February of 2021. This will serve as a final call for Class 1 of our Simmental Percentage Heifer Show. Final call for Class 1 of our Simmental Percentage Heifer Show. First call for Class 2 of our Simmental Percentage Heifer Show. First call for Class number 2. Levi Bramwell, your class is in the ring. We're learning a little bit on the fly here today. Our junior heifer showmanship will be immediately following our last class. That is what we're going to do in between the 30 minutes before the grand drive. So if you are interested in doing the junior heifer showmanship, it is going to be immediately following the last class of heifers.
A really nice class of big bred females here. Little give and take on the top end. Both these heifers on top end have some issues, but the female for me that wins is the broodiest, the cowiest, the biggest bellied one. The one that I think in this class I'd take home and I'd raise bulls out of, it'd be this female right here. Very stout, very opened up underneath in her chest cavity, has a lot of width and dimension from behind, and it works that advantage over her top. Very bold sprung kind of a female that has good bone and good foot underneath her. I might like to just see her pull her front end together a little bit, lean her up in her condition a little bit, and I think that'd make her a little bit more elegant from the profile and move a little softer and freer off those front two, if you will. High quality female though. The female that comes in second, one that, man, I really like the extension and femininity that this female brings to us in this class. She's so gorgeous headed, very elongated through that front 1/3. But for me, she wants to get up underneath herself when you set her into motion, wants to round from those hooks through her pins, and I might like to just soften her up in that rear flank compared to the one that's ahead of her, but really appreciate her. Real close call there, guys. The female that rounds out the class, I love the growth and performance this female has. I love the added length of body that she brings to this class. But for me, she wants to get a little high in her tail head. I would like to relax her in her spine and off either end of her skeletal design as she goes. But very broody, very capacious, high-end, high-quality kind of a female. Outstanding class. Congratulations to you young people.
Congratulations to our purebred Simmental heifers out of class number 2. Your class winner is 1058 TJ 177J, exhibited by Keith Page of Akron. Second in class, CJP Heartbreaker, exhibited by Burke Temple of Monte Vista. And third in class, JPV Miss Jasmine 38J, exhibited by Jason Diaz of Fort Morgan. At this time, we will be selecting our champion purebred Simmental heifer. Entering the ring first is 1209 Keller HLL Rain Marie J33, exhibited by Easton Hill of Nunn. She is a April 2nd of 2021. And our winner from our second class is 1058 TJ 177J, a January 12th heifer, exhibited by Keith Page of Akron.
Boy, a really nice lineup, a pair of females here, then our respective seconds waiting on deck. On our purebred Simmental side, let's give all the exhibitors a nice round of applause. Outstanding set of females brought to us today. We have two totally different types and kinds out here. We have our heifer that wins our second class. You know, that I said there'd be a bull raiser, and I still believe that. I think she's going to lay down and raise about anything you want to, but I really think that one would raise really, really good bulls in a production setting. Our heifer that wins our first class, one that's just so elegant, fits so many avenues, checks so many boxes, one that I really like a lot. Young man, you're going to be our champion. Congratulations.
Your grand champion Simmental heifer is exhibited by Easton Hill, coming out of class 1. Entering the ring now, second in that class, 1177 Helm Farms Little Mary 244J, exhibited by Lear Hansen of Burlington.
As we bring our respective second in out of that class, made the comment on the mic, that was such a close pair. They're so good, we don't need to split them. Young man, you're going to be reserve.
Our reserve purebred Simmental heifer is entry 1177 Helm Farms Little Mary 244J. March 5th heifer, exhibited by Lear Hansen of Burlington. Okay, and that should make entering the ring now class number 1 of our percentage heifer show on the Simmental side. 2 entries in this class. These are spring yearling heifers, calved between March and April of 2021. This will be our first call for classes number 1 and 2 in our Junior Angus show. First call for classes number 1 and 2 in our Junior Angus show. This is the first of 2 in our percentage Simmental heifer show. With class 1 of our Angus heifers being a scratch, this will also be first call for class number 3 in our Angus heifer show. Second call for class number 2, first call for class number 3 in our Angus heifer show.
Very high quality in the females right here. The heifer that wins the class for me, I just think when she's not just trying to run over him, I think she's a sounder one off her front end. I like the way that her shoulder lays in there tighter to her, and I like the way she's tighter behind her shoulder blades, and she's smoother down her top line. She's a stout female that's good bodied, good centered, has a lot of power. Like the growth and performance this female brings. Would like to see her just relax them hind two pasterns, maybe a little bit bigger footed. Heifer that comes in second, love the way she handles that hind leg, like her foot size, like her absolute power that she has. But she wants to get a little wide up front. She wants to get a little lackadaisical right there in her top line the longer that she stands out here. But very feminine, very big bodied, very capacious, very stout. Nice pair of females. Congratulations, guys.
Class winner in our first class of percentage Simmental heifers is 1174 RC Jamaica 326Y, exhibited by Jackson Walker of Greeley. Second in class, 1201 Sweet Pea, exhibited by Jacob Cogburn of LaSalle. Entering the class at this time will be our second class of percentage Simmental heifers. These are junior yearling heifers calved in January and February of 2021. Single entry in this class. Following the selection of this class, we will have our champion percentage Simmental heifer selection.
Really nice single entry heifer female here that sure could have stood a lot of competition. She's a big bone, big footed female, very fresh in terms of her condition, like her length of body, like her body shape. Really like the udder design under this female. I think if we can get her in production, she's going to make an awfully good cow. Nice class winner. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our class winner out of Class 2 in our percentage Simmental heifer show. 1208 Lee's Dixie Erica 1299, exhibited by Easton Hill of Nunn. At this time, we will bring back our class winners to select our champion percentage Simmental heifer. At a class number 1, 1174 RC Jamaica 326Y, a March 26th heifer exhibited by Jackson Walker of Greeley. And out of class number 2, 1208 Lee's Dixie Erica 1299, a February 22nd heifer exhibited by Easton Hill from Nunn.
Boy, another nice lineup here in our percentage Simmental show. We got three really nice females, and they're all different in their type and their kind, and that's what you expect out of our percentage show. All three of these are very high quality. There's two of them out here that just really excel for what I'm looking for out here today. The one that's going to win be man out of this first class. Congratulations. As we bring in our respective second out of that class, you know, we talked them as being a really close pair, and I still think they need to run together. This young man, he'll be your reserve percentage. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our percentage Simmental exhibitors. Your champion is entry 1174 RC Jamaica 326Y, exhibited by Jackson Walker of Greeley. And your reserve champion, entry 1201, Sweet Pea, a March 3rd heifer exhibited by Jacob Cogburn of LaSalle. At this time, we will begin our Angus heifer show. This will be final call for Class 3 and Class 4 in our Angus heifer show. Final call for Class 3 and Class 4 in our Angus heifer show. Entering the ring now is class number 2 of our Angus Heifer Show. These are early summer yearling heifers calved May and June of 2021. This is a single entry, first of 3 in our Angus Heifer Show classes.
Boy, a really nice way to start off our Angus show. Talk about one that's in perfect condition for the way that I like a summer born to be going into the fall show season. So sound, so functional, good boned, good footed. Love the rib shape that she has. I really like the way that she bounces up from her chest floor to her udder. I really like how true she is down her top line. Love the length from her hooks to her pins. Like the stoutness that she has. She's not the stoutest one out here when you just view her, but when you get on her skeletal design and really look at her, she's lean. She has some width of chest. She has some width of base. She has some power and some spread to them pins. I think this female will be nothing but get better as time goes on. I like this one a great deal. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our class winner out of class number 2 in our Angus Heifer Show. Entry 1207, BBR Northern Miss 189J, exhibited by Peyton Voloshin of Craig, Colorado. Entering the ring at this time is class number 3 in our Angus Heifer Show. These would be our late senior yearlings, calved November to December of 2020, a single entry heifer as well.
Another nice single entry here on our Angus side. A female that's very elegant through that front 1/3. Very fresh in terms of her condition. Loves the way their neck ties into the top side of her skeletal design. Connects there to her pole. Big bodied, very nice balance from her chest floor all the way back to her udder. She's really good and sound and functional off those hind two. Got some power to her. Maybe I'd like to just tweak her just ever so slightly. She wants to twist out just a freckle up front, but that's getting really, really picky. She's very sound up there, just like to see him a little bit better. Very, very nice female. Could have stood a lot more competition. Congratulations.
There was a correction in our show program. We only have 2 classes of Angus heifers. So entering the ring now will be our 2 females in contention for Grand and Reserve in our Angus Heifer Show. Out of class number 1, 1207, BBR Northern Miss 189J, a May 12th heifer exhibited by Peyton Voloshin of Craig, Colorado. And out of class 2, Silveris Elba 0528, a December 17th heifer exhibited by Jed Sidwell of Gill. Congratulations to Jed on winning the late senior yearling heifer calf class. Final call for our junior balancer heifers. This is first call for class 1 and 2 in our junior Hereford Heifer Show. First call for class 1 and 2 in our junior Hereford Heifer Show.
Boy, folks, ringside, what a pair of females here. Boy, it gets pretty close here. I bet you have 10 people come out here and they'll place it 5 one way and 5 the other, and I wouldn't argue with them. Outstanding lineup here. This is the toughest decision that I've had all day in a breed lineup, and both on different age ends of the spectrum. You got a December and then you got a summer born that's just now catching her stride, so you got to look into the future as well on these females. I like both of these awfully good, and like I said, this is just one man's opinion on this champion female, but I'll go show you the one that I like for champion. The other one will be a reserve. Folks, ringside, it takes a lot to bring 2 nice Angus females like this to a state fair. Let's give both exhibitors a nice round of applause. Outstanding lineup.
Your grand champion Angus Heifer is entry 1207 BBR Northern Miss 189J, exhibited by Peyton Voloshin of Craig. Your reserve champion Angus Heifer is Silveris Elba 0528, exhibited by Jed Sidwell of Gill. Up next, we will have our junior balancer show. Just one class in our junior balancer show. Correction. Sorry, apologize for that. We are going to have our single entry in our junior Angus Showmanship division. Single entry in our junior Angus Showmanship division, and then we will have our balancer heifers.
Got a single entry here for our Angus Showmanship division. Young lady does an awesome job. This heifer has been on point the last 2 times she's been out here. Always has her looking good. Her silhouette's perfect. Her heifer's perfect. Awesome exhibitor. Congratulations to you. Very well done.
Your grand champion in our Angus Showmanship division goes to Peyton Voloshin of Craig. And okay, she's not here. Our balancer heifer is a scratch, so we will move into our junior Hereford show. We have 4 classes in our Hereford show. Entering the ring first will be class number 1. These are senior heifer calves, calved between September and December of 2021. This will be final call for Class 2, first call for Class 3 and Class 4 in our Hereford Heifer Show. Final call for Class 2, first call for Class 3 and Class 4 in our Hereford Heifer Show.
Boy, really nice Hereford female here, single entry fall. One that's very sound and very mobile as she gets around. She has some rib and some volume. She has some look. She has some chest width. She has some width of base and some power to her. Heifer that sure could still a little more competition. Congratulations, young lady.
Congratulations to our class winner out of class number 1 in our Hereford Heifer Show. Entry 1188 SCC Miss Daisy 2701 ET. Exhibited by Tegan St. Louis of Yoder. Entering the ring now will be class number 2 in our Hereford Heifer Show. Our spring yearling heifers calved between March and April of 2021. This will be our final call for class 3 and class 4 in our Hereford Heifer Show. Final call for class 3 and class 4 in our Hereford Heifer Show. This will also serve as first call for our class number 1 main and Jew heifers. First call for class number 1 main and Jew heifers. Junior heifer exhibitors, if you have friends and family that are unable to attend the Colorado State Fair this year, but would like to watch the Heifer Show online, it is being live streamed by Mr. Taylor Fort and his crew. These guys have been here doing a great job all weekend with us. That live stream is available on Facebook. You can search Taylor Fort or at taylor.a.fort. You can find it on YouTube by searching Taylor Fort. You'll see the 2022 Colorado State Fair Junior Heifer Show. Or jump on their website, taylorfort.com/live. You can find the live stream there.
Well, there's a lot of give and take in this pair of females here, and some folks at ringside want to flip-flop them. I sure won't argue with you. The heifer that wins for me, though, I just like her in terms of her overall structural design. I like her tidiness in her top line. I like the way that her shoulder lays into her better than the one that's in second. She's very nice balance. She's very feminine through that front 1/3. Is she the stoutest one out here? No. Does she have just enough power for me? Yes. Very complete, really like her in the underline and her design. Nice, nice female. I really like the female in second because I'm a power guy and I like this female. Boy, I love her hip. I love the stoutness that she has. I love her bone. And I really like the look that she gives you when she gets her alert. Boy, them ears set great at the top side of her skull for me. But where I put her second is she wants to get easy in her top line. I'd like to clean up her navel. I'd like to relax her there in the front part of that knee when she gets in the motion and she gets on the standstill. Very close pair. Really like this female. I think she's a bull raising machine for me. Nice pair of females. Give these youngsters a nice round of applause.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of class number 2 in our Spring Heifer Yearling Division in our Hereford Show. Your class champion went to 1196 SCG Diana 145, exhibited by Maddie Chambers of Pueblo. Second in class went to entry 1195 CII Pumpkin I5, exhibited by Cashley Chambers of Pueblo. Entering the ring at this time will be our third class of Hereford Heifers. These are our Summer Yearling Heifers 2021.
Nice single entry female that comes to us. One that has a nice look from the profile. She has some power and muscle to her, has some bone and some foot underneath her. A female that I would like to see her just square her up there into her pins and drop that rear flank and that whole body cavity. Just get her a little bit heavier looking in calf, maybe get her a little bit bolder sprung and deeper bodied. But nice female. Congratulations, great class winner.
Congratulations to our class winner out of class number 3, HBL Ladybird 156 ET, exhibited by Jason Diaz of Fort Morgan, Colorado. Entering the ring at this time will be our fourth and final class of Hereford Heifers. This is our junior yearling heifer class, capped between January and February of 2021. Starts also our final call of our junior main and Jew heifer class. This is our first call for class 1 and 2 in our Maintainer Heifer Show. First call for class 1 and 2 in our Maintainer Heifer Show.
Well, another really nice single entry female here, one that's very fresh in terms of her condition. I really appreciate that, the way they brought it. It's hard to keep a Hereford this fresh, this long. Really like the neck, the way it comes out of the top side of her shoulders, like the way the ear placement is at the top of her skull. Big, stout, powerful female that you want to evaluate from any angle. She's sound enough in her structure, going to have a great underneath her. I would like to maybe relax her there in the center portion of her spine when you set her in motion and maybe tight her up there in that hip loin junction. That's being picky on a nice one. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our class winner out of class number 4, entry 1179 MC Miss Page 2152 ET, exhibited by Caden Franklin of Meeker. At this time, we will be bringing back our class winners and seconds in consideration for Grand and Reserve in our Hereford Heifer Show. Out of class number 1, 1182 SCC Miss Daisy 2107 ET, an October 13th heifer exhibited by Tegan St. Louis of Yoder. Out of class number 2, our class winner, entry 1196 SCG Diana 145, a March 21st female exhibited by Maddie Chambers of Pueblo. Out of class number 3, HBL Ladybird 156 ET, a May 15th female exhibited by Jason Diaz of Fort Morgan. And out of class number 4, entry 1179 MC Miss Page 2152 ET, a February 15th heifer exhibited by Caden Franklin of Meeker. This will be our second call of class 1 and 2 in our junior maintainer heifer show. Our second call of class 1 and 2 in our junior maintainer heifer show.
Well, folks, ringside, let's give all these Hereford exhibitors a nice round of applause. Outstanding lineup of females we have out here. The Hereford breed is near and dear to my heart. That's what we started with. That's what we do the most things. That's what we do the most things still with. And I think this lineup of heifers really represents our breed very well. We got a fall calf here that a lot of good things about her, and I think time is on your side. I really like a lot of pieces to this female. I think when she gets bigger and mature, boy, she's really going to make something nice. I think you have a really nice prospect on your hands. The heifer that wins the next class, very diversified class, if you will. Two totally different types and kinds of heifers. Both heifers were really good. This heifer is just very elegant, very nice balance, very smooth made. Maybe could use just a shot of power out here with a couple of heifers on either side of her. Heifer that wins our next class we talked about, another single entry, a heifer that has some look and some power to her, but we wanted to square her up in her pins and give her just a little bit more of that swoop to the belly, teardrop shape, if you will, to run out here in this lineup, but a very highly competitive female, very good, very, very nice. Then our heifer that wins our last class is one that you love on the standstill. She's good looking, she's powerful, she's bold in her rib, going to have a gorgeous udder when she gets in production, like we talked to her in class as well. Maybe just like to relax her there into her spine as she gets out and goes, but very, very high quality. Very close decision here on our top end, especially with the respective second sitting on deck. Awesome set of females. Again, congratulations to you young people. Great lineup of heifers. Give them one more round of applause.
Your grand champion, Hereford heifer, is entry 1179. MC Miss Page 2152 ET, exhibited by Caden Franklin from Meeker. And your reserve champion, Hereford heifer, is entry 1182 SCC Miss Daisy 2107 ET, exhibited by Tegan St. Louis of Yoder. No. Entering the ring at this time is our single class of our main Anjou heifers. We have one class in our main Anjou heifer show. This is a spring yearling heifer calved between March and April of 2021. This is our final call for class 1 and 2 in our junior maintainer heifer show. Final call for class 1 and 2 in our junior maintainer heifer show.
We have a single entry here in our main Anjou show, but boy, one that's very high quality. Ultrasound in her structural design, great on her feet and legs. Very capacious female, has a lot of stoutness to her. I love the added length of body and length of hip this female has. And for a high mane, we're big in the manes, guys, manes and maintainers. And for a high mane to be that nice balanced from her chest floor to her udder, and still that flat shouldered and that elegant, you have a really nice one on your hands. Thank you for bringing one that's very, very complete, very nice and fresh in terms of her condition. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our single entry and main Anjou heifer champion, entry 1055, Jolene, exhibited by Cade Schweitzer of Wellington. Okay, entering the ring at this time will be our first of two classes in our maintainer heifer show. First of two classes Cassidy Schofield to the show ring, please. Cassidy Schofield to the show ring, please. Again, also final call for class number 2 of our junior maintainer heifers. It's also our first call for class number 1 of our crossbred heifers. So entering the ring at this time is class number 1 of our junior maintainer heifers. These are our spring yearling heifers calved between March and April of 2021. This will be our second call for class number 1 in our junior crossbred heifer show. Second call for class number 1 in our junior crossbred heifer show. This is also first call for class number 2 in our junior crossbred heifer show. First call for class number 2 in our junior crossbred heifer show.
Boy, a very nice female here to start our tainer show off with. One that's very good looking from the profile, perfect in terms of her body condition, great on her feet and legs, has some chest width. And I really like and appreciate this female. When you get in behind her and watch her go, she has some natural base width to her and some true power and some hip shape and some top shape in her. Very nicely balanced from her chest floor to underline. Just a really, really good way to start off our class here. Congratulations. Then the heifer that comes in second is a little too moderate in her type and kind for me, but I love her femininity and the extra look that she gives through her front end, like how pretty she is through her design of her skull shape. Very capacious female. She has enough bone and enough foot for me. Just gets a little bit too quick and early mature and looking out here for what I'm looking for today. Heifer that comes next is one that I appreciate a lot of things about this female. Her structural integrity and her foot size is phenomenal. She's the biggest footed female that's out here. She's a very capacious female that has some stoutness to her. I would just like to make her more elegant through her front 1/3, especially in her head design. Just make her a little bit more prettier there. Maybe elevate her from her hooks to her pins when you set her into motion to get her higher. Female that rounds out the class. A lot of length and performance in this female. She's also big-footed and very very sound structured. I just like to get her more capacious in her lower 1/3 of her body cavity and her skeletal design to get her any higher today. We fix that, we can move up 2 or 3 spots. High quality class. Congratulations to you young people.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of Class 1 of our Junior Maintainer Heifer Show. Your class winner was entry 1038, Miss Heroes and Legends, exhibited by Jake King of Cope. Second in class was entry 1127, BKFM Bambi 1027J, exhibited by Marianne Fassett of Olathe. Third in class was JPV Miss Vanessa 36JET, exhibited by Cassidy Schofield of Rocky Ford. And fourth in class was R&R Jesse's Girl, exhibited by Reese Locke of Sterling. At this time, we have our second class of maintainer heifers. This is our junior yearling heifer class, females calved between January and February of 2021. Again, this is final call for class number 1 and class number 2 in our Crossbred Heifer Show. Final call for class number 1 and 2 in our Crossbred Heifer Show. This is first call for class number 3. First call for class number 3.
Another nice pair of females here. The female that wins for me, I just think she has more show ring look through her front 1/3. She's square into her pin set. Like the way that her tail head lays into her. She does want to get a little wide up front, a little moderate in her type and her kind. For me, I'd like to elevate her and give her more performance from a production cow standpoint. With that being said, here's our heifer that has power and performance, growth and potential like that. I think she's one that you can do a lot of things with genetically, especially raising bulls, but she just wants to get a little round for me, especially when you set her into motion. She wants to get a little cresty there into her neck, maybe a little elongated into her tail head, if you will, but nice pair of females. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of Class 2 in our Junior Maintainer Heifer Show. Your class winner was entry 1128, BKFM Miss Dragon Fruit 1004J, exhibited by Brock Fassett of Olathe. Second in class was entry 1056, Keena Ace of Spades 230JET, exhibited by Aaron Temple of Wiley. At this time, we will bring our first and seconds back in consideration for our champion and reserve maintainer heifer. Out of class 1 was entry 1038, Miss Heroes and Legends, a April 3rd heifer exhibited by Jake King of Cope. Second in that class was entry 1127, BKFM Bambi 1027J, a March 4th heifer exhibited by Marianne Fassett. Out of class number 2 was entry 1128, BKFM Miss Dragon Fruit 1004J, exhibited by Brock Fassett of Olathe. She's a February 19th. And second in that class was entry 1056, Keena Ace of Spades 230JET, a February 28th female, exhibited by Aaron Temple of Wiley.
Well, folks, ringside, I'd like to give these maintainer exhibitors a nice round of applause. Outstanding lineup of females for us. There's 2 females out here. I think they were both really good in class, and I still think they're the best 2 out here. Your grand reserve will come out of our class 1. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our champion maintainer heifer, entry 1038, Miss Heroes and Legends, exhibited by Jake King of Cope. And our reserve maintainer heifer, entry 1127 BKFM Bambi 1027J, exhibited by Marianne Fassett of Olathe. This will be final call for class number 3 in our crossbred heifer show. Final call for class number 3 in our crossbred heifer show. First call for class number 4. Okay. Cattle exhibitors, Paul Hill, Dustin Pratt, listen up. We are going to have the grand drive 30 minutes after the champion selection of our crossbred heifer. Then, immediately after that, we are going to do showmanship, starting with the juniors. Okay, 30 minutes after our champion crossbred heifer, we are going to do the grand drive and have our supreme female. Then immediately following that, we are going to have showmanship, starting with the juniors. Dustin, are you clear on that? Okay. One more time, just want to make sure everybody's clear. 30 minutes after the champion selection of our crossbred heifer, we will have the Supreme Heifer Drive. Immediately following the Supreme Heifer Drive, we will do our breeding heifer showmanship, starting with the juniors. Jackson Place, if you plan to show your crossbred heifer, please get up here immediately. Jackson Place, if you plan to show your crossbred heifer, please get up here immediately. Okay, we're going to rock and roll into class number 2 in our crossbred heifers then. Class number 2. So this is a final call for class 3 and class 4 of our crossbred heifers. Entering the ring at this time will be class number 2 in our crossbred heifers. These are our summer yearling heifers, calved between May and August of 2022. We have 3 classes in our crossbred heifer division. This is class number 2. Summer yearling females, calved between May and August of 2021.
Nice way to start our show at the end of the day. A very nice female here. She's very sound and functional, very mobile off either end of her skeletal design. A big, stout, powerful female that's bold sprung, is fresh in terms of condition, has a nice look. Very nice way to start off our last division. Young ladies heifer that comes in second. Very also one, too, that's very sound and very mobile. Just needs to be just a little bit tighter there into her top line. Maybe drop her in that rear flank compared to our class winner. High quality set of females. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our exhibitors from Class 2 in our Crossbred Heifer Show. In first place, entry 1116, Jesse, exhibited by Brant Vollison of Calhan. Second in class, entry 1054, Jam, exhibited by Whitley Schweitzer from Wellington. If you are in Class 3 or Class 4 of the Crossbred Heifers and you are not yet to the arena, we would ask that you make your way up here now. If you are in Class 3 or Class 4 of the Crossbred Heifers, we would ask that you make your way to the arena now, please. Out of class number 3, we're searching for Ethan Garner and Aubrey Johnson. Out of class number 3, we're searching for Ethan Garner and Aubrey Johnson. Also, if you're in class number 4 of the Crossbred Heifers, please make your way to the show ring now. I'm getting a high sign that we're going to go ahead and bring this class number 3 of our Crossbred Heifers in today, folks. So class number 3 is headed into the ring, and these are spring yearling heifers calved between March and April of 2021. Final call for class number 4 of our Crossbred Heifers. Final call for class number 4 of our Crossbred Heifers.
Another nice pair of females here. The heifer that wins, she just has a little bit more of that show ring pizzazz, if you will. Carries a little more natural product out of her top, squares her out of her pins, carries that advantage down low. I would like to see this heifer, though, bolder in her forerib, softer on her off her front 2 pasterns, and elevator in terms of size. She's pushing the little size for me envelope pretty hard. The heifer that comes next is one I appreciate the more true size that she is for what I'm looking for. A very capacious female, just needs to be sounder off either end of her skeletal design and stoutened up from the ground up. Thank you. Good. Congratulations. Good class.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of class number 3 In our spring yearling heifer class, entry 1071 Barry was our class winner, exhibited by Charlie Rogers from Meeker. Entry 1062 Daphne was second, exhibited by Zeb Laka from Colorado. Entering the ring at this time is class number 4 of our crossbred heifer show. These are our junior yearling heifers, calved January to February of 2021. Class number 4, our junior crossbred heifer class, calved between January and February of 2021.
Really nice pair of females here. This female that wins this class does so just because she glides around the chips so elegant and so smooth. Very, very sound, very functional on either side of her skeletal design. Got good body shape to her, good rib shape that comes out of the center portion of her spine. She's got some power. She's got some look to her. Maybe just a little bit frail on those hind two in her terms of her bone work compared to her mass up high, but that's picking on one that I think is awfully nice. It's got a killer silhouette. Heifer that comes next is one that's really good looking too, in her own type and her kind. I just like to relax her on her hind two, relax that hock when she gets out and goes, and give her just a bit more of that natural lower turn to that body cavity to get you ahead of that one. But very, very nice pair of females. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our exhibitors out of class number 4 in our crossbred heifer show. Our class winner, entry 1075, Jackie O, exhibited by Ella Rogers from Burlington. Second in class, entry 1181, Baby, exhibited by Tegan St. Louis of Yoder. Okay, at this time, we will be selecting for our champion and reserve crossbred heifer. Out of class number 1, entry 1166, Jesse, exhibited by Brant Vollison of Calhan with his May 10th female. Out of class number 2, entry 1071, Barry, a March 1st female, exhibited by Charlie Rogers of Meeker, Colorado. And out of class number 3, entry 1075, Jackie O, a February 8th female, exhibited by Ella Rogers of Burlington, Colorado. Seconds in those classes. Second out of class number 2 was entry 1054, Jam, exhibited by Whitley Schweitzer. Second out of class 3 was entry 1061, Daphne, exhibited by Zeb Laka. And entry out of class number 4, second in class, was entry 1181, Baby, exhibited by Tegan St. Louis of Yoder.
Well, a very nice way to end our junior heifer show here, our commercial division. I think we've got 6 outstanding females standing out here. Let's give all the exhibitors a nice round of applause. Great way to end the day. As you'd expect to get out here in this last division, you've got all different shapes, sizes, and kinds, but there's 2 females out here that just really do it for me. I think both of them are very, very nice. They're very different in their type and kind, but they're both useful and they both have good purpose, and you can do a lot of different things with them in terms of a breeding standpoint. I'll go show you my 2 favorites.
Your grand champion crossbred heifer, entry 1075, Jackie O, exhibited by Ella Rogers from Burlington. And your reserve champion crossbred heifer comes out of class number 2, entry 1116, Jesse, exhibited by Brant Vollison of Calhan. We will begin the Supreme Drive at 4:15. Our Supreme Drive will begin at 4:15. Just want to make sure that everybody's aware that our Grand and Reserve from each division will return and are eligible for the Grand and Reserve overall. We will bring the Grand and Reserve back from each division to be eligible for our Supreme and Reserve Supreme. Again, that'll be at 4:15, 4:15. We're about 5 minutes out from starting our Supreme Heifer selection. We're about 5 minutes out from starting our Supreme Heifer selection. Okay, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. We are going to parade our reserves. They'll do a lap in the ring, and then we will exit and we will bring in our champions. Again, if you have friends and family that were unable to attend the 2022 Colorado State Fair Junior Heifer Show, Taylor Fort and his crew are live streaming the event. You can find them on Facebook. Search Taylor Fort or at taylor.a.fort. You can find them on YouTube. Search Taylor Fort and you'll find the Heifer Show there. Or jump on their website, taylorfort.com/live. We appreciate those guys for live streaming our Junior Heifer Show this afternoon with us. They've been here all weekend and have done an outstanding job. All right, looks like we're about ready to go. Tegan, if you want to bring that heifer in, show her off to everybody. Out of our AOBs, our reserve champion AOB was entry 1213, BF PCC Dayon 411J, exhibited by Tegan DePorter of Briggsdale. Our reserve champion purebred Simmental was entry 1177. Helm Farms Lil Mary 244J, exhibited by Lear Hansen of Burlington. Our reserve champion percentage Simmental heifer was entry 1201 Sweet Pea, exhibited by Jacob Cogburn from LaSalle. Our reserve champion Angus heifer was Silveris Elba 0528, exhibited by Jed Sidwell from Gill, Colorado. Our reserve champion Hereford was entry 1182 SCC Miss Daisy 2107 ET, exhibited by Tegan St. Louis of Yoder, Colorado. Our reserve champion maintainer heifer was entry 1127 BK FM Bambi 1027J, exhibited by Marianne Fassett of Olathe. And our reserve champion crossbred heifer was entry 1166 Jesse, exhibited by Brant Vollison of Calhoun, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and congratulate our reserve breed champions. In addition to Mr. Taylor Fort and his crew live streaming the event, if you'd like to purchase photos, Beverly and her crew are here with us this evening. They are capturing ring shots and backdrops. You can jump on Beverly's website at beverlyenglert.com or visit her Facebook page. Find the link there to the website. Beverly and her crew are here taking photos of our junior heifer exhibitors this evening. Those can be found at beverlyenglert.com. Okay, looks like we are ready to bring in our champion heifers out of each of our breed divisions. First into the ring will be our champion AOB heifer. Entry 1066, Boy Gemma 100I, exhibited by Cash Pratt of Pueblo. Your champion shorthorn heifer is entry 1166 BSS Eclipse 10221, exhibited by Cameron France of Rocky Ford. Your champion shorthorn plus heifer is entry 1057 GMG 15E Monopoly 33J ET, exhibited by Aaron Temple of Wiley. Your grand champion purebred Simmental heifer is entry 1209 KLER HLL Rainy Marie J33, exhibited by Easton Hill of Nunn. Your champion percentage heifer is entry 1174 RC Jamaica 326Y, exhibited by Jackson Walker of Greeley. Your champion junior Angus heifer is entry 1207, BBR Northern Miss 189J, exhibited by Peyton Voloshin of Craig. Your champion Hereford heifer is entry 1179, MC Miss Page 2152 ET, exhibited by Caden Franklin of Meeker. Your grand champion Main Anjou female is entry 1055 Jolene, exhibited by Cade Schweitzer of Wellington. Your champion junior maintainer heifer is entry 1038 Miss Heroes and Legends, exhibited by Jake King of Cope. And your grand champion crossbred heifer is entry 1075 Jackie O, exhibited by Ella Rogers of Burlington, Colorado. As our heifers take a lap here, we'd like to take a moment and reintroduce our judge for our junior heifer show here today. Mr. Matt Copeland comes to us from Amistad, New Mexico, where he is the owner and operator of Copeland Herefords and Copeland Show Cattle. He and his family run 700 cows, and they have sold and exhibited numerous state and national champions. Mr. Copeland has judged shows all across the country, including the National Western, Louisville, American Royal, the Cattlemen's Congress, and the Fort Worth Stock Show. Let's go ahead and give Mr. Copeland a nice round of applause for doing an excellent job for us here today. These young folks are showing in contention for our Supreme and Reserve Supreme overall junior breeding heifers. We appreciate our sponsors that make these awards possible. The exhibitor of our Supreme Champion heifer will receive $1,000 by ENT Credit Union, a traveling trophy from CSU Department of Animal Science, and a banner from the Colorado State Fair. Our Reserve Supreme Champion Junior heifer will receive a buckle by the Colorado State Fair Board of Commissioners and a banner by the Colorado State Fair. If you see any of those folks throughout your time here at the State Fair, be sure to give them a nice thank you for their support of the youth here in the state of Colorado. A reminder to all of our junior heifer exhibitors wishing to participate in showmanship, we will begin showmanship immediately following the grand drive here this evening. Mr. Copeland will probably take a few quick pictures at the backdrop, and then we will start showmanship. We're going to begin with our juniors. The best and most festive part, there's no sign-up sheet. If you want to show, just show up. Sound good? Our Grand and Reserve overall, in addition to all these other neat awards, will receive an award from Cinch. They are one of the sponsors here at the Colorado State Fair, do a great job, and they also have donated an award to our Supreme and Reserve Supreme overall junior heifer exhibitors.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for the Colorado State Fair for getting me out here to do this great event. It's certainly been my honor and my privilege. It's always great to get asked to do a state fair, especially the one as renowned as the Colorado State Fair is. Boy, we've sure had an excellent lineup of females out here today, and what a way to end the 150th anniversary at the Colorado State Fair. You as Colorado breeders and exhibitors and the State Fair, 150 years, that's pretty big. Why don't you guys give yourselves and your state a great round of applause for that? That's pretty awesome. I'm not big on speeches, but I'll give a little one. First off, we're cowmen. We do this, it's just our family. And we don't have much help, and we do it, and we love it. We do 4 production sales a year, and we don't do anything else for a living. All we do is cows. None of our family has outside jobs. So whether you agreed with me or not, at least you know I do it for a living. I don't do anything else. I don't have a desk job and come out here and tell you how smart I am. I just walked out here and I picked the kind that I like. And I like good-looking, stout, sound, functional females that'll go out in the real world and make a living for these youngsters, whether it's raising steers, bulls, females, whatever operation that you have that you want to go home and do. I think all these females out here will do that quite well. We like them good-looking with power, and that's the way we like them. And I think all these heifers out here in their respective breeds can do a lot for these breeds and for the young exhibitors and future cowmen to really make an impact in the beef industry. Speaking of the beef industry, I want to challenge not only the kids that are in here today, but the people sitting around the stands. I want to challenge you for a year to talk to 10 people that are not in this industry. Tell them that, hey, we are not the bad guys. We raise the best protein product that there is out here in this industry in the United States, and we help feed the world, and that's a pretty cool thing, guys. And we've got a lot of guns aiming at us, so we gotta promote our industry, our product, and our people, and our livelihood. Promote that, people. I want to challenge all of you to just educate 10 people, because this is the best industry there is, bar none, hands down, and you folks in Colorado raising these kids are second to none in my book. One other thing, you youngsters, hey, I'm proud of every one of you that's standing out here and the ones that didn't make it in the back. It means a lot to me to see young people out here doing what they love, and I want to tell you this little story. Money does not buy hard work. Money does not buy drive. Money does not buy what you have inside of you to make you great. And if you guys keep that in your mind, and you'll work that much harder than everybody else. Do the little things. Stay up an hour later. Work a little bit harder. Do the little bitty things. I promise you, young people standing in this ring, you will not only succeed here, but you will succeed in life, and you will be greater people because you don't give up, and that's what ag does. We don't give up. When the tough gets going, we just dig a little deeper and drive a little harder, and that's what I really love about this business and agriculture. And I think these kids have been second to none. They've been polite, they've been courteous, and again, thank you for all the ring help, the volunteer ring help that jumped in when we didn't have a lot of help. Thank you guys. And again, it's been my honor and my privilege to come out here to evaluate your livestock and your kids. We're going to give them one more look over. You folks ringside, select your champions. I'll go and show you mine. Again, thank you very much.
Your supreme overall junior breeding heifer is exhibited by Cash Pratt. That's entry number 1066, Boy Gemma 100I, Congratulations, Cash. That brings into contention entry 1213 BFPCC Dayona 411J, exhibited by Tegan DePorter. Congratulations to our Reserve Supreme overall. That is our percentage heifer. Entry 1174, RC Jamaica 326Y, exhibited by Jackson Walker from Greeley. Congratulations. Mr. Copeland will take a few backdrop pictures real quick, and then he will be ready to rock and roll on our showmanship division. We're just about to begin our junior heifer showmanship. We're going to start with our juniors first. Our judge is just about on his way back here, so if you're interested in participating in the junior showmanship division of our junior heifer show, we'd ask that you please come to the makeup area. We're getting ready to head on in. Judge is going to take a quick restroom break and then we will begin. So if you want to participate in the junior division of our heifer showmanship here this evening, make sure you're up here because we will be ready to rock and roll. Intermediates, please be advised, we'll probably move fairly efficiently, I'd say. So if you're an intermediate showman from our junior heifer show and you want to do showmanship here this evening, be ready. Okay, our judge is here and we are ready to rock and roll. So at this time, we will be beginning with our junior showmanship division. So heading into the ring at this time will be our junior showman exhibitors from our heifer show. As we get started with our junior heifer showmanship yet here this evening, we'd like to remind you that if you had friends and family that were unable to attend the state fair this year, that Taylor Fort and his crew are here live streaming the event. You can find the live stream 3 different ways. On Facebook, you can search Taylor Fort or at taylor.a.fort. You can jump on YouTube, search Taylor Fort, and you will find the 2022 Colorado State Fair Junior Division of our heifer showmanship. Or you can visit their website, taylorfort.com/live, and see it there. So if you had friends and family that were unable to attend the fair in person this year, go ahead and tell them that the show is being live streamed and they can view the show online. Again, we really appreciate all of our sponsors this year at the Colorado State Fair. Every division winner in our Heifer Showmanship will receive a buckle sponsored by Mr. Mark Reichenstein and Frontier Genetics. We appreciate Mr. Reichenstein's continued support of the Colorado State Fair. If you see him around, he's been in the barns the last couple days. Be sure to thank him for his support of our Junior Heifer Show exhibitors. Again, in the ring at this time is our junior division of our Heifer Showmanship. One fight. This will be our champion selection of our junior division. This will be a final call for all of our intermediates. Final call for all of our intermediate heifer showmen. Please be making your way to the holding area. In case you missed it earlier, our judge is Mr. Matt Copeland from Amistad, New Mexico. He is the owner-operator of Copeland Herefords and Copeland Show Cattle. He and his family run 700 cows, and they have sold and exhibited numerous state and national champions. Mr. Copeland is judged all across the country, including shows at the National Western, Louisville, American Royal, Cattlemen's Congress, Fort Worth, and many others. We've appreciated Mr. Copeland's time here this afternoon. He's done a great job with our kids and an excellent job sorting our heifers. Thanks again to Mr. Copeland coming to judge our Junior Heifer Show here at the 2022 Colorado State Fair.
Thank you. Get out here and showmanship. Showmanship's pretty special to me, guys. It's the one thing that's just you and your animal. It doesn't matter the quality of animal that you have. It matters what you and your animal can do as a team. And boy, all 6 of these kids out here have done a tremendous job showing. I hate to pull some of those because they're really good. And for young little guys, you guys should all be proud of yourselves because you guys walk them into it. You stick them good. You all have that show to win attitude. It gets down here to these 2 young men to me, and I think one of them is just a little bit better than the other one. You both are rock stars, but there's one that never made not one bobble one the whole time we're out here. Every time that heifer has been on point, she's on cue, walks right into it, bang, we're there. And that's what I like to see in showmanship is bang, we're there. Because when you do it that good, you will win shows because you're that good, because you worked with your heifer that good. And I think both these young men do a phenomenal job, but there's one that suits me the best, young man the cowboy hat. He'll be your champ.
Your grand champion junior showman is entry 1209, Easton Hill. Your reserve champion junior showman is Brant Vollison. Third overall is entry 1054, Whitley Schweitzer. 4th overall is Tatum DePorter, and 5th overall is Tegan DePorter. Congratulations to all of our junior showmen.
Is that right, Teresa? Tatum was 4th and Tegan was 5th. Yep. Brant Vollison.
Okay, entering the ring at this time will be our intermediate showmanship division. Entering the ring at this time is our intermediate showmanship division. On deck, we'd ask that all senior showmen please be in the holding area. All senior showmen, please be in the holding area, please. had several questions about the Supreme Showman. Currently, this year, we do not have a Supreme Showman for our junior breeding heifers, so we will just have a champion junior, champion intermediate, and champion senior.
Well, folks, let's give these youngsters a nice round of applause. Outstanding set of showmen here. This one got really, really tough. The heat's turned up outside and in here as well. Well, and all these exhibitors, you guys do a nice job. It just comes down to personal, nitpicky preference things. You know, a few people get up on your chain a little closer for me, maybe. Some of you, that may be why you got down the line. You know, just walk them into it is awesome too. Know your cattle, know where their leg set needs to be. And then just have that will to win look, but you just don't stare a guy down. And I think most of these kids do that good. I'm just telling you stuff that I look at for the folks outside listening in. And then, you know, your posture, just calm, cool, relax. It's just another day at the office. I really like that people don't get worked up. And I think we've got two young ladies out here. There's a little bit of age difference in them, but I think they're both phenomenal showmen. They could show for me any day of the week. The one that suits me the best, though, she's just as cool as ice water. I've never seen her touch a foot with a show stick. Young lady with our Hereford, she'll be your champion. They're only a reserve.
Congratulations to our intermediate showman. Your champion intermediate is Maddie Chambers from Pueblo. Your reserve is Ella Rogers from Kit Carson. Third is Reese Locke. Fourth is Trotter Thomas. Fifth is Lear Hansen. Sixth is Jordan Lott. Seventh is Tegan St. Joseph. And eighth is Cade Schweitzer. As our intermediates are exiting the ring, definitely want to give another big thank you to Mr. Mark Reichenstein of Frontier Genetics for sponsoring the buckles for our showmanship division in our junior breeding heifer show. If you see Mark around, be sure to give him a big thank you for his support of our exhibitors showing breeding heifers. Entering the ring now is the champion drive of our, or entering the ring now is our senior division in our breeding heifer showmanship. Our last and final division here this evening is our senior division in our breeding heifer showmanship.
Well, what a great way to end the Heifer Show Day at the Colorado State Fair. Again, thank you again, Colorado State Fair, for having me. It's been my honor and my privilege. And boy, the heat's really turned up now. We got these seniors in here, and all you seniors do a really nice job. Some of it might just come down to, and nobody does. The thing about showmanship, guys, is everybody has a different opinion of what's right and what's wrong, and their little nitpicky preference things that you like and you don't like. That's what gets hard, because we have these two standing out here today, and you guys down the way might win it tomorrow under different guys. So keep your head up. I'm glad you came out here and did this. Some people think, oh, it's just showmanship. No, showmanship wins banners, period, every day of the week. So don't let me putting you guys down the way here discourage you from that, because you do a great job, and I'm very proud of y'all to come out here and show yourself off, because it doesn't matter what your cow looks like. It's all about you guys, and you guys all do a phenomenal job. So be proud. Thank you for coming out here. You did a great job. We get down to these final two, and there's nitpicky things between them both. Yeah, it's just like watching them again in the Angus division. It's down here to these two again, and they're just bam, bam, bam. I mean, they're always on point, and I mean, their posture is great, both of them. I appreciate the young lady for not swaying her back like a lot of girls like to do. You stand there and you have a nice silhouette. You look professional. You have that will to win look. And then our young man, boy, he does a great job. He does the one thing out here that I really like to see. He walks ahead of his heifer. Everybody else kind of walks in line. I like to walk him ahead because it makes that neck look so much more extended, for my personal preference. Now, the young lady in front, I like the way that her arm is better. The young man's, for me, and maybe I'm getting old, I don't know. The boy holding it way out there gets pretty tiresome. That's just nitpicky differences between these two phenomenal showmen. I mean, this is where I'd rather place you guys again than come out here and do this, because this gets tough. Man, you guys are both deserving of a win, and unfortunately, one's going to win and one's going to be reserved. But hey, guys, y'all are awesome. You're rock stars. You do everything great. Your cattle always look on point to have all day long today. My hat's off to both of you. You can come stick anything for me at any show, anytime. You guys are both excellent. Again, thank you, Colorado State Fair. Let's give these two awesome showmen a nice round of applause. I'll select your grand reserve.
Your champion senior showman is Peyton Voloshin from Moffett County. Your reserve is Jed Sidwell from Weld County. Third is Tyler Thomas from Logan County. Fourth is Cashley Chambers. Fifth is Cassidy Schofield. Sixth is Charlie Rogers. And seventh is Cameron France.